Nia Jax against Jade Cargill. Jax immediately tries for a leg drop and misses, and they fight to the floor, and Jade gets thrown into the post, and there in the front row is Jade Cargill's daughter. And Nia just goes up to her and says, "Your mom sucks." And Jade fires back and drills Jax into the desk, misses running at her, and goes into the post and into the timekeeper's area. Jax tries to use a chair, but Jade blocks it. She grabs the chair and uses it on Nia for the disqualification in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. God, did this suck.
Yeah, this was probably the most disappointing match in the entire tournament thus far. And I'd go as far as to say I was looking forward to this match because I thought it posed a very unique challenge for the both of them. You know, just like it posed an interesting booking challenge because Jade is somebody that obviously you can't just beat. It also posed like an interesting physical challenge because I thought like Jade would be able to showcase a lot of her strength doing these spots with Nia. And we just like, what was most disappointing is not necessarily even just the finish, but the fact that we didn't get any sort of impressive, satisfying match before it. Like we got a spine buster, we got the stuff with the daughter on the outside, and then we went right to the chairs. And yes, I understand like these things tend to be like setups for the match later on. But I think to build anticipation for that match later on, you needed to show a little bit more here of like what the crowd could expect. You know, last week I thought like Piper and Jade had a pretty good like meat match for the women. This to me should have been something like that to build anticipation for the future, and we didn't get it. Not to mention just like a finish that again made the babyface look really dumb. Like this was the type of thing where it felt like Nia very easily manipulated Jade into using a chair to get herself DQ'd. And I don't know why, when you had the daughter there, that could have provided such a more interesting way of getting Jade so angry that she would have been using.
I thought this was like, match aside, if this wasn't even the best 2-minute version of this you could have done, in that we've never seen Jade's daughter before in WWE. Mm-hmm. So this is simple. That earlier in the show, here's like during Bianca's match, we cut to this little girl who's cheering on Bianca, and we are introduced, that's Jade Cargill's daughter who's here to watch her mom and her best friend. And then in this match, we've already introduced her, and Nia goes up, and it has so much more impact if she said just the exact same thing. Your mom sucks, and Jade snaps. I mean, not the greatest ending, but 10 times better than this. This was such a waste of utilizing the daughter in an angle here that could have exactly been the bridge to this DQ if you have to book your way out of this in 2 minutes. I found this so disappointing, and it just was, how do we get ourselves out of this? And even in the way they did it, I thought it was not even the most optimal way of what you could have done here.
I was actually like, I was more disappointed because I think I had really high hopes for this tournament given the first round and like the paths that you could see for everybody. I really love the idea of Jade going through Piper Niven and then facing Nia Jax. Like her path towards, you know, the Queen of the Ring would have been like, you know, the heavyweights in the division. And so I expected just as much thought and creativity perhaps put into her exit from this. And I just didn't really sense it here. Something was just felt very lacking. And there was probably a bit of me that was like kind of disappointed that they didn't choose to go to Jade versus Belair in the next round, because I felt like there was so much more storyline opportunity there. Instead, we're getting Belair versus Nia, which is just like not that interesting either way, you know, like whether or not Belair goes ahead. But unfortunately a bit disappointing here.
The crowd chanted bullshit afterwards, which is not a chant you get too often at WWE shows, but this warranted it.